Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. It's very much appreciated. So, today, guys, I'm starting a new series on the channel called Movie Recommends, and I would basically be reviewing an older movie, a movie that is not in the theaters currently or upcoming anytime soon. It's a movie that has been passed and even on home video, and I have no timeline as to when these movies could be. It could be a movie from the 80s or even the 50s or the 90s or even one as close as this year, which is what I'm giving you guys today. So I will be reviewing Uncharted. It came out earlier this year, starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I did not get to see this movie in the theaters because I just basically didn't have the time at that time, and the Batman came out somewhere close to that a few weeks after. And I know I went to see the Batman, and Uncharted was showing for the last week, and I did not get to catch it. So I kind of looked at it today, and the first thing that I thought after seeing this movie is that this is an upgraded version of National Treasure. If you guys have ever seen National Treasure, you will absolutely love this movie. It is a great movie. It has lots of action, and if you're just looking for a flicks to watch, an action-packed flicks, you can actually check this movie out. I do recommend it. It basically stars Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, and they both are great actors. And Tom Holland, he is Tom Holland. He did not portray a different role to me. He seems very immature, and that same kind of way that he plays Spider-Man, he kind of seems the same way in this movie. I know they try to make him a little bit more mature than the Spider-Man role, but to me, it did not come out that way. He seemed the same way. And Mark Wahlberg is Mark Wahlberg as always. He does what he do, and that's that. So National Treasure basically is centered around them finding some lost treasure or some secret treasure, and they have to go through a number of clues and go through a number of traps and stuff like that, and eventually head to this treasure. So this is basically set around the same premise. There is some lost gold on some ships that was left back by a discoverer in the 1800s, and what they basically do is use two keys, which looks like crosses, and they are very rare items, and they're sold for a lot of money, and they have to use these two keys and basically find all the clues and open all the doors and the booby traps and go to try and find this gold. Eventually they do find the goal. um, After a long drawn out process, I cannot ruin the entire movie for you and let you know what it is. But they do find the goal, and Nathan was telling Scully that he's not a good person. He only cares about money and he's selfish. And there came a point whereby Scully had to make a choice whether to save Nathan or to grab a bag of gold or the riches. And he actually threw away the gold and he saved Nathan. And they basically both ended up with no gold. There was a quite a like 3 or 4 pieces of gold that they snatched, but other than that, it was an entire ship full of gold and they did not get it. So it was kind of different from National Treasure in that way. At least they did ended up with a treasure in National Treasure, but in this movie they did not ended up with any treasure at the end. But it's a great and awesome treasure hunt. There is a lot of CGI in the end. You kind of see the CGI, but like I said, you have to get used to that. All CGI would not be perfect, and if you really are picky and you would look intently for the CGI and how it looks, well, you might notice it towards the end, especially where there are a few scenes in there whereby the helicopter was lifting the ship. You can see that was entirely CGI, but other than that, I think this is a great action-packed flicks. And if you're just checking something out for like a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon, or you just want to watch a nice movie with the family, I think it's gonna be great. There were a few reviews that I saw whilst this was in theaters, and people were saying that they did not like it and they did not. It was not what they expected it to be. But you must realize that it's based off of a video game, and a video game is still a video game at the end of the day. So you still have to keep a real grounds for a movie if you're doing it. You still have to keep it kind of in reality, and you can't accomplish everything the way that it is in the game. So I think they need to look at that factor before they make any judgment. I personally would give this movie a good 3.5 out of 5 rating. Is definitely a good movie to watch, and I do recommend you guys checking this out. So if you check this out, tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments. You give me a subscribe, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later.